Welcome back to the 5-7 podcast. I'm your host, Mike Pre, and today I'm going to be talking about the Wuhan virus. It has its own official designator called COVID-19, okay? And this is also known as the coronavirus that everyone has been talking about. If you have not heard about it, I'd be really surprised. So as everyone should know by now, this deadly virus has been plaguing China, and it has killed more people than SARS, which took place 2 decades ago. I got all of my information from worldometers.info because there's a lot of statistics here. There are over 78,000 cases in China alone. Officials believe a market in Wuhan is the case. It is believed to come from a mix of bats and pangolins. It's the first time I've ever heard of pangolins. And I watched the Discovery Channel, which is pretty surprising. So, pangolins are highly trafficked animals. As a matter of fact, poaching is pushing pangolins to extinction. They are scaly anteaters that resemble armadillos, and their scales are known to have medical benefits. So, if you have not seen the movie Contagion, I mean, this is like eerily similar to the movie. So, if you have not, check it out. You know, I guess as of right now, it's a good movie to watch because of what's going on with the coronavirus. So here are some statistics. There are 81,279 coronavirus cases. There have been 2,770 deaths and 30,358 recoveries. 48,151 active cases. Now, out of those active cases, 39,300 are in mild condition and 8,851 are in serious or critical condition. Okay. There have been 33,128 closed cases. Out of that, 30,358 have recovered or been discharged, and 2,770 deaths. Now, here are some statistics by country, just to give you an idea of how the world is kind of coping, because this isn't only relegated to Wuhan. Okay, it has spread across 43 territories or countries. China, there have been 78,073 total cases. Over the last week or so, there have been 415 new cases. 2,715 total deaths and 52 new deaths. South Korea has a total of 1,261 cases and 284 new cases. They've had 12 deaths. Italy has 374 cases, 12 deaths. Japan, 172 cases, 2 deaths. Iran, 139 cases, 19 deaths. Singapore, 93 cases. Hong Kong, 89 cases. USA has had 57 cases, and I believe we've had 1 death so far. But I've been trying to find more information on the USA, and I have not been able to find more information on the deaths. There have been 6 recovered so far. Thailand, 40, Taiwan, 32, Bahrain, 26, Kuwait, 25, Australia, 23, Malaysia, 22, Germany, 19, France, 17, Vietnam, 16, UK, 13, United Arab Emirates, 13, Spain, 12, Canada, 12, Macau, 10, Iraq, 5, Oman, 4. And it goes on to a host of other countries that are down in the single digits. The fatality rate is 2%, and the incubation period is 2 to 14 days. There have been 43 countries that have been affected, as I mentioned earlier. Now, a lot of people who listen to this are in the U.S. In the U.S., the CDC yesterday suggested that the risk of a coronavirus pandemic is likely and is alerting the public to begin preparing for community spread in the United States. Dr. Ann Schuchat, the CDC's principal deputy director, declared, "It's not a question of if, it's a question of when and how many people will be affected." The city of San Francisco declared on Tuesday a state of emergency, even if at the moment there are no confirmed cases of the COVID-19 in the area. Now, what can we take from all of this? A lot. There's a lot to take because there's no need to panic, but there is a need to prepare. But I was remiss because I did not talk about the symptoms. Now, the virus can make people sick, usually with the mild to moderate upper respiratory tract illness, similar to a common cold. Coronavirus symptoms include a runny nose, cough, sore throat, possibly a headache, or maybe a fever, which can last a couple days. For those with a weakened immune system, the elderly, and the very young, there's a chance the virus could cause a lower and much serious respiratory tract illness like pneumonia or bronchitis. Now, the fact that it comes off as the common cold is a little disconcerting because, we generally as Americans, when we're sick, we still go to school. When we're sick, we still go about our daily lives. We go out and do whatever, we need to do and come home, and we make other people sick in the process. Now, normally we go around and we do this stuff and it's not really a big deal somewhat because if we get other people sick, it's like, okay, other people can fight it off because, everyone's pretty much got an immune system. Now, with the coronavirus, on the other hand, we're spreading around a disease that we definitely don't want to give to other people. So if you are experiencing symptoms, it would be a good idea to go get it checked out by your doctor because even if you don't have the Wuhan virus, you could have the flu. And there have been many deaths, and a lot of people have been getting the flu A and flu B. Apparently, they got the flu shot wrong this year, and it's not helping much with the flu. And the flu has just been taking people down left and right. So you definitely want to prepare yourself for getting an illness. Now, I'm not saying, everybody call off from work. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that everybody should be going out, getting checked out by their doctor, and making sure that A, you don't have the Wuhan virus or COVID-19 virus, and 2, you don't have the flu because it's going out around rampantly right now. There have been over 100 deaths, children deaths with the flu this year, which is quite a bit. But most of the people that are affected are the elderly and children with the flu. It also seems to be the case with the Wuhan virus as well. So try to prepare yourselves as much as possible for this. If I don't want to cause panic or anything, but if the CDC is saying that this is a pretty big deal, it might be a good idea to stock up on some food so you don't have to go out to the grocery store as much, and you don't have to go out and be among the masses if there are lots of people that are sick right now, especially if you can avoid the flu. So take that with a big grain of salt because you never know what can happen. So my tech tip for today is password security. Now, with password security, a lot of people kind of do the same thing. They use their password for one thing, and they choose one password and they use it for every single account that they have. And it usually has something to do with like their daughter's name and their birth year or something like that. Now, that's a bad idea. What you want to do is, what I generally do is I take something obscure from from the wall, or I have a championship poster here with Jonathan Taves on it. So it'll be like championship something, 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 or what have you. That's just as an example. That's not what I've made any of my passwords to be. But that's just an example of something that you can do. So, and it's easier to remember. So when creating a password, do not put the password underneath the keyboard because it is an easy place for someone to come by and find it and to access your information. So generally, use something obscure with some numbers that you can remember. And if you're going to put your passwords in your phone, make sure that you lock the notes on your phone. So if you have an iPhone or an Android phone and you're using the Notes app, be sure to put a lock on or a password on the Note so that only you can get into it and you can get to your list of passwords. It's helpful so that you have access to it anywhere you go, and you have a layer of security on it. And I also suggest that you you change out your passwords at least quarterly, once in the winter, once in spring, once in summer, once in fall. If you don't want to do it that many times, do it 3 times a year, maybe once in the winter, once in the summer, and once heading right in between spring and summer, and once going into the fall winter time to try to protect your passwords. But that's what I got for you today, guys. Hey, thanks for the support. I know that I haven't been doing these as much, but I know that everyone is still listening. I appreciate your comments and your DMs, especially on Instagram. And thank you for commenting on YouTube. It's very, very appreciative. And I'm going to be popping more of these out for you. Thanks a lot, guys. Be careful. Remember, get yourselves checked out, and watch where you put your passwords. Password security is a big thing. You don't want people getting your passwords. That being said, have a great one, guys. This is Pre, out.